The miracle of King's Chapel, Oahu began when Dr. Morocco and Pastor Colleen walked on this property in New Valley and stopped by Kentucky Fried Chicken and Times Supermarket in 1999. And Dr. Morocco prayed, "Father, if you want me to start a church in East Honolulu, give us this property." And God answered his prayer, and after purchasing New Valley Center, remodeling began in 2002. While the building was being reconstructed, a life began in Hawaii Kai, which grew and multiplied. Soon after that, a midweek service began at the New Valley Middle School with Dr. and Pastor Colleen flying to Oahu weekly to minister to the church. The congregation grew and Sunday service became imperative and was held at the Marriott Hotel in Waikiki while midweek service continued. In 2004, we moved back to New Valley and took residence in what we called the upper room. It was the only two-story building on the property. And 2 years later, we moved into the newly renovated building. And in 2011, God called Pastors Josh and Shannon Morocco to Oahu with a vision to reach the lost and see people reach their God-given destiny. God has done a miraculous work at KC Oahu.
My family and I, we've been coming to KC since 2007. In KC style, we got involved right away doing all kinds of stuff. We got involved in bus ministry, started going to KPT and doing that kind of stuff. And for years we were really just praying for God to give us a strategy on how to get the families to come instead of just kids. We'd fill the buses up with a bunch of kids, but the parents would never come. And we really wanted families to come.
3 years ago, I came to church to win a free TV. And I met a young pastor who gave me 5 words. And those words were, "Jesus, come into my heart." And something happened. I changed. Something profound happened. I thought differently. I felt differently. I ended up with a purpose. I ended up with a plan. And I'm still here. And I have learned so much from Pastor Josh, Pastor Shannon.
I love Pastor Josh and Pastor Shannon because they have the ability to see God's people how God sees them. They have the ability to not only see the end from the beginning, but to enable people to understand that each one of us has a purpose and a destiny. And as that God brings that discovery out of them, we're elevated into the purpose and plan and the vision of his house. And that, to me, is true discipleship. That's true love. That's God's heartbeat for us.
Pastor Josh and Pastor Shannon really have just been incredible leaders and mentors for my wife and I. Just so many different times, just Pastor Josh coaching me through different things, both in ministry and personally, and really been just a huge blessing in my life and to my wife and just our development.
Since Pastor Josh came, he's not afraid of change. He's not afraid of shaking things up and doing them a little bit differently. And we've had that breakthrough in our bus ministry, so now we have more families coming than just kids. And we've had times where there's been 400 people come on the bus, and families and communities just coming to church and receiving God. It's just amazing to me that you can pray for something and work at something, and just to see the fulfillment of it as God goes through and brings those families in. And we have a bus ministry that's amazing now.
Pastor Josh is such a wonderful example of just being a great relational leader, which is something that I feel like he's helped me to growing in worship and growing in preaching, and just really been a great example and role model for me to follow. I'm so grateful for them and for the gift that they are to this house and the gift that they've been to my life and to my wife.
I will never be the same because of this church. I love my church, love my pastors,